I remember when I became the DigiDesign rep and Sam Ash started opening up stores in my territory, down in the Philadelphia area. And they wanted me to go over and visit them and make sure their Pro Tools was up and running. And I said, okay. So uh, I went down to the one, I think it was in King of Prussia. There was a Sam Ash store there. And they had a Pro Tools system set up, the computer and that. And I went there, turned on the system, and it didn't work at all. The computer didn't work at all. So I was asking the sales guys, and they didn't know what was going on. They said, well, it just sits there. And I said, have you sold any systems? They said, no, not really. It's just sitting there. If somebody asks, we tell them we have one. And I did a little more investigating, and I opened up the computer. It had no RAM memory in it. Somebody had taken the RAM memory out of the computer. And I told the sales guy, and I go, oh, yeah, I think we needed to sell that to somebody. And I said, yeah, but your system's not going to work without the RAM in there. And they go, oh. So at the beginning, when I was the rep, there were so many quote unquote dealers that didn't know what they were doing. And what ended up being is I was their sales force. I mean, they would stock the product. If they had somebody interested, they referred them to me. I did the demo. I closed the sale. They just collected the money and gave the product, but I was the tech support too. So it wasn't like I was working for one dealer. I was working for a bunch of dealers to make everything work. So the pressure was constantly on me to move as much product as I could. But loading up the dealers was one thing, but getting them to sell the product was another. And they did not want to train their sales guys, and the sales guys weren't really interested in learning about it. And this was like in the beginning years. So this was like 95 to 97. Nobody really wanted Pro Tools back then. And, even doing the demos, they were like, well, I don't know. It wasn't a home run. It became a home run, I guess, from 97 to around 2000. I couldn't sell. I was selling so many. I had them stacked up, and I even had a part of the warehouse at Medley when I was working over there that was just dedicated to DigiDesign because we had so many Pro Tools systems, and I was just cranking them out. But before that, very hard sale. But I thought this was an interesting one. No RAM in your computer, so the system wasn't working. So that's why you're not going to sell any systems.